There was definitely some good oldie, definitely with Aaron Hernandez, but yeah, I kept those out, kept it.
You got to keep them fresh too.
Yeah,
after there's kids today don't even remember who Aaron Hernandez was. Aaron Hernandez had a fucking MySpace page.
I saw one that it was just Jeffrey Dahmer, not bad of a guy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is time for the Week 11 Heat Check. We're dealing with the threat only of an electrical fire here on the Funhouse back deck as the lamps are humming, and it is lovely and calm out here, unlike what it is going to be in about 2 days' time when I am brought in as mercenary help to run crowd control for Lehigh Lafayette. The other two ne'er-do-wells with me, I have rejoining us, it's Clayton. Clayton, how are you doing?
I'm great. A little chilly, but these heat lamps are keeping us warm and hopefully not giving us cancer.
And rejoining us again.
What's up, shitheads? It's me, your boy, the #1 fuckboy! Northampton County, $1,000 town, the faux leather pony, the sexiest man after Jason Kelsey, the 4-course meal with no dessert. I am the table, Brian Howells.
We also, unfortunately, she's not joining us, but we did get to briefly see Shellington before the show, who was just freshly back from her campaign in Florida, and looks like it. But yes, we thank her again for all the wonderful work she did at the last minute and under considerable duress, as she told us, to prepare the special thumbnail for Crossfire last week.
She was drunk.
We had some action last week, and we keep getting lucky with having all the relevant participants in various previous and forthcoming matches here in person. So you two had a game.
We definitely had a game, but my team is much like the volcanoes around this earth right now, just utterly looking shitty.
I don't know, man. What was that like? Was that Iceland or something, where it just ripped the whole town in half?
Yeah, there's one in Iceland. There's one in like Mexico blowing up.
Iceland had, I believe, 140 earthquakes, so that volcano eruption's inevitable. They're preparing for, I guess.
Yeah.
Yellowstone, I'm looking at you, boy.
That's what happens when you have gay versus men.
Yes, of course. We had maybe for the first time in maybe any league I've ever seen, two single words going at it with each other. And
I had to.
Clay, you didn't repeat, but you did high point the league for a third time by my count.
Yeah, 3 and 4 weeks.
Yeah, Jesus. What was your main? Jameer Gibbs, right? He had his big day. He had a couple guys' big days.
Quite honestly, my whole team had McBride, the tight end from Arizona's blew up, and yeah, I'm officially now out of the toilet. I'm in the playoffs as of now. There's 4 weeks to go, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, and Mr. Howells of the men. You won the most efficient manager award this week.
Inefficient, right?
I think it was the most efficient. I think you left about half a point on the bench.
Least efficient.
Was
least
it?
efficient. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I can't read.
You just checked yourself. I love it.
My problem was Trevor Lawrence scored me like 2 points, and I had Russell Wilson, which who would have thought scored more points than him.
True.
And then Jacoby Myers also got some points. So.
Yeah.
It was a low margin for least efficient this week, which is, we're getting smarter as a group.
Okay, so I see now that I look at the report that I was half right. It wasn't you, it was Nick. You performed you performed better than Nick. Nick was the one that had 83.26 points out of a maximum possible 83.66. Which is like, kudos to you for managing the roster you have, and that is where the compliments will end. But Nick, by the way, of course, want to thank him for his long overdue and very entertaining appearance last week and the very enjoyable housewarming that he and Jess held for us. Had a great time. Lovely little spot over there on the north side. And look forward to seeing more of them now that they're in a nearer zip code. Clay, as you mentioned, you are out of the toilet bowl and into the top 6. There's actually a lot of teams now at like 7-3 and 6-4, like 8, I think. Probably not 8, but like certainly more than are going to make it into the considerably less interesting but more lucrative tournament in the playoffs. In light of that,
it's official.
Let's have just a quick glance down there, see who's got the buys in the toilet bowl.
You suck.
Nothing has changed, it turns out. In spite of Mark picking up his second win, he is still occupying sole occupier of the 12th spot in the first buy, and Nick is there at 11 with 3 and 7. Although I think there's one other team at 3 and 7 that he's tied. Miggs is okay, and Drew and his temporarily deferred ticket to Spain, just above them at 4 and 6.
Me as well.
Oh yeah, the men searching to rediscover their enigmatic nature. Clayton, you've had some time off from the airwaves and been doing some unconventional research. Is that right?
Yeah, I through changing my team name again, and I already changed it because I found some good ones. I'm like,
yes,
we
workshopped that. The Dire Frumpsters.
Yes, that's a play off the dumpster fire I was last year, which I literally was.
You're promising to turn it around, so it seems appropriate.
Yeah, so I'm done changing my name. But I did look around, and I looked into like group chats of like really bad, obscure fantasy football names, and people were posting ones that weren't on any Google lists. And I'm like, wow, so these are actual names that people use. Listeners' discretion is advised if you're on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
okay.
You're in the room with the influential ears.
I will say, the concepts expressed in these team names do not reflect the viewpoints or perspectives of the Heat Check or any members thereof.
Let's start with the first one. Don't kirk off your cousins.
I like that. Are these, by the way, in
no
order?
Okay. No order.
Right.
I could have figured it out because I have a dark sense of humor. And what I find funny, some people are like, wow, Clayton, you need help. So... Next one on the list, if you got the new tight end of the Detroit Lions, Laporta, there's a great one, Laporta Potty.
Okay, simple but effective.
Exactly. Moving on to Deshaun Watts Consent. Question mark.
Oh, well, okay. They're going to have to come up with a new name this week. Hey, we're joined now by our friendly neighborhood bartender, Derek Berger. Derek, how are you doing?
Wonderful. How are you guys doing?
Oh, just fine, thank you. Boy, well, you really gave our guest last week a warm welcome.
Yeah, it was a real close game there.
for I think until about 1:20 p.m. on Sunday.
Exactly.
And then it got out of hand. But your team is back up to its high-scoring winning ways.
Yeah. It actually kind of worked out because in Funhouse 1, I was playing against Josh Allen, and I had Josh Allen on my team. Mm-hmm. I didn't need any points from Josh Allen to win the game, and he luckily turned the ball over 3 times for me.
So you got everything to break exactly right for you.
Exactly.
Wow. All right. Jesus Christ. Looks like it's not looking any worse for you this week. You got Mark, who's struggling a bit. I believe he's probably, we'll get to this later, but he's probably a lot of buys this week. Mm-hmm. So I imagine he's probably got some personnel changes to make, but still, your team's on a heater. So we'll see if Mark can offer up a prayer.
Yeah, we'll keep it going.
All right. Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Derek. I'm not sure if Justin Fields and George Pickens played in college together, but one guy had this as his fantasy team name: Justin Fields Pickin' Cotton.
Oh, wow. Holy shit. Especially if they did both go to Georgia together. That is horribly inappropriate.
Yes.
And yet, I mean, there's I suppose a certain degree of credit you have to give to the creativity required.
Anyway, I just traded you Najee Harris, Mr. Howells. He has a slew of them, so I picked the best three. We have Najee Germany.
Oh, God.
A play on the Jay-Z song Najee's in Paris. And Neo Najee's. So take your pick.
Yeah, I found my new name.
Next up, we have Hittin' Ruggs. You remember Henry Ruggs? We all know that
Yeah,
story.
that's... okay.
Last offseason, in a tragic accident, a guy named Dwayne Haskins, who was a quarterback for the Commanders, got traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But before he could even play for the Steelers, he was changing his tire and he was hit and killed. But someone did have a team name for him. He was Haskin for it.
These did come from 4chan.
So on the Atlanta Falcons, their kicker's name is Young-Ho Koo.
Right.
And obviously they drafted Bijan Robinson. So this team's name was Young-Ho's Love Bijan's Mustard.
I'm like, is there even enough room? Like, doesn't that hit the character limit at some point? Like,
Yeah, that is a long one, actually. You bring up a good point.
I should try to find out. Like,
It's like
see
a
if
Panic at the Disco.
God, try changing it to that.
you have to upgrade. You have to upgrade your sleeper account to premium, and then you can get more than 180 character limit for your team name.
Next on the list, we have Nut Olave Your Face. Thanks to Chris Olave.
Oh, nut.
Nut Olave.
Nut. I think I said not.
that's
It
fine.
took me a second.
Nut Olave Your Face.
Drew would have picked that one. He would have done that.
If I didn't just change my team name because I have Brees Hall, I probably would have used this one. The Brees Holocaust.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm noticing a theme.
A lot of Nazi Germany references here.
Oh shit!
Oh,
let's go to the
let's
phone.
Negative 4.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, I have a little problem here.
Okay.
All right, do you repair or sell those tennis machines, that fire the balls?
No, we don't have them, and we don't repair them either.
All right, we have a little emergency here.
Okay.
I rented one of these things, and what I did was me and my, Peter and another friend of ours,
Right.
and we boiled up some potatoes last night, and this is fucking crazy, but we were shooting them at each other through the tennis machine.
Yeah.
Oh, and Peter's hurt, and I mean, we need to fix this machine or something. What we would do is we would boil the potatoes and put them in Vaseline and fire them at each other, and Peter's really hurt bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, his ass is blue.
Great.
We need you to come up and fix this machine. It's just firing too hard. And Michael tried to look when he wasn't ready. He was looking to see if it was lined up properly with his ass, and he turned around and a potato blasted him right in the fucking eyes.
Last but not least, I did change my name in the Nest League to Multiple Scoregasms. That's the list I came
Okay.
down with.
I do remember many years ago learning that Daniel Radcliffe apparently is an avid fantasy football player, and his team name was Barkevius Mingo's Mum. Just Barkevius Mingo's Mum.
Is that a spell to make him get a win or something?
Some sort of Harry Potter reference, I'm sure.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, what is that? What does that spell? What do those words do in the Potterverse? Barkevius Mingolium.
Oh shit, my beer filled up. Mine in Funhouse 1 for a while was Philadelphia Kegels.
Right. Yeah. That was good. That was pretty good.
By the time I got done my research, I had about 88 of them, and I'm like, all right. So I took out a lot of the old ones, like Alshon Jeffrey didn't kill himself.
Yeah, it's like this one just says Hitler. It is time then to glance forward. We are down, as Clayton said earlier, to 4 weeks in the fantasy regular season. Starting with this one, to get yourselves to an ideal spot for the playoffs. So, Mr. Howells, take it away.
First, we have the Men Me versus the Fun World Order.
Finally!
I'll take the loss on this one until my team can be full strength next week.
You got it dealing with a lot of buys?
No buys. I got some IR issues.
Oh, yeah. Good thing we got 2 spots.
Next, we have the Dire Frumpsters.
Yes.
Versus the Hayos.
Okay. Yeah. I just handed it to Migs last week.
Yeah.
Fortunately, still can't get Migs on here post draft. Looks like he neither is. He's got a flex by position and a defense by position, so the projections are skewed.
Yeah.
And with what looks like Devonta Smith, Raheem Mostert, yeah, not yet. So and the Bills defense, although it's the Jets. Who the fuck knows how that's going to turn out?
Next, we have FX versus No More BJs.
All right. What are the records there?
Buka is 6-4. D is 5-5.
Right. Okay.
I mean, Prescott could go off on fucking Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost a matter of is he gonna stay in the game? Or they bring in Cooper Rush halfway through. But I mean, and if that happened in that happened in the Dolphins game. That happened in I think a couple of Cowboys games too already, and it happens after he's already got to 30 points. Jalajuan, you probably got to win this one if you're gonna go worse to first, Eddie.
Next, we have the Kin Kittle Friend versus Team Don Cholion.
Yes, the Don, if I remember correctly, took an L last week. And yes, he did, to Buka. And he is now one of the 3 teams with a 7-3 record. So despite being able to stop his skid, looks like this might be the start of another one as he has to walk into the buzzsaw that is the San Francisco 49ers, now apparently firing again on all cylinders.
That's the bad guy.
Both 7-3. If the Don wants to win, he should consume some gabagool to get his energy up.
Hey, it's Kabalaboo.
Next, we have Team Ill 1/5 versus Dr. Penguin.
Okay, now this is actually a fair. This more than the 2 7-3 teams playing each other. This might be the most consequential game of the week. Because Drew takes the L here, and that might actually drop him back into a bye for the toilet bowl.
Next, we have the Foreskin Fungus versus Team D's Achievers.
Yep. As we talked about earlier with Derek, Derek's team and Clayton's team seem to be some of the hottest at the moment, and it's going to be tough for Mark, I think, to get out of either of the toilet bowl buys.
He needs Gabe Davis to go off or something.
Let's see, boys. We're starting to round into the home stretch here. Thanksgiving is coming up. So next week, the week is fucking busy as hell. I got gigs on, I think, Tuesday and Wednesday, Thanksgiving on Thursday, Black Friday on Friday, obviously. Games are happening on Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, fucking maybe Saturday, I don't know. And then obviously Sunday. If I can record, I will be looking to do it on Friday. Basically in the middle of all the action. It's very possible that we might just have to skip a week for all the holiday bullshit. But in any case, don't worry, we'll be back at the next available opportunity. I want to thank the men, Brian Howells. I want to thank the Dire Fumpsters, Clayton. I want to thank Derek. I want to thank Shell. And I want to thank all of you for listening. Thank you so much. Good luck in the games. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.